All right, joining me now for the most of the hour, parts of it, the panel. Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief at The Hill. Julia Manchester is the national political reporter at The Hill. Scott Bolden is a News Nation political contributor. So too is Denise Gitsham. Hello to you all.
Hello.
Happy Election Day.
Oh yeah.
The finish line is like there. I can't kind of get there yet, but it's there. We're almost there. PA, is it as simple as that? I know it's not as simple as that, but like we keep talking about it, and it's the best path. So is it really win PA or go home?
Well, DDHQ, Decision Desk, says 85% chance. You win Pennsylvania, you win. And really look at history. That's if you win Pennsylvania, you win. So yes, is it possible you can lose Pennsylvania and win the others? But I think that's highly improbable.
I would agree, but I do think the Sun Belt, particularly the eastern side of the Sun Belt, Georgia and North Carolina, are incredibly important to former President Trump. There is a reason he has been going to North Carolina, spending a lot of times in the suburbs of Charlotte, also Raleigh-Durham, because there are signs that he could be slipping with suburban voters, in particular suburban female voters. So that's one to keep an eye out for.
Want to go home there?
Yeah, I mean, I think Georgia's more in play in North Carolina possibly than a lot of Republicans might think it is. I think that Pennsylvania is less in play for Democrats than it ever has been, and this is why. There's three reasons. One, I read that Bucks County has switched to a majority Republican registration for the first time since 2008.
That's where Caitlin and the DJ are.
Right, and then the second thing is I think that 65% of Teamsters voting, you know, supporting Trump over Harris is a real significant indication of how much Trump has gotten traction with working class voters. And I think the third thing is the drop in Democratic advantage, which is significant, almost 1 million drop since 2008.
So voter registration in Pennsylvania is something like plus 300,000 Democrats. It has dropped, but it is still an advantage Democrats.
Yeah.
It is. And then, you know, Democratic women voting on this pro-abortion plank or pro-abortion issue is significant. And don't discount moderate conservative women who are supporting Kamala Harris, but also supporting her privately in their votes, if you will. I think that's going to be the real difference maker. So even if you lose Pennsylvania, right, what's interesting is you got to find those electoral votes somewhere else. And because it's so close in North Carolina and Georgia, you might be able to pick up a surprise.
So we're all doing double and triple duty this week. If not, how many cups of coffee today?
Oh my gosh, a lot, but more Diet Coke.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. So I've been anchoring, co-anchoring with Marky Martin, Morning in America. I had Jamie Harrison, the head of the DNC, Michael Whatley, the chairman of the RNC, on today. Spoke to them back-to-back this morning and asked them what is the data point they are seeing that makes them bullish about their chances tonight. Here they were.
We saw during the early vote and mail-in vote periods in all of the battleground states, we saw a dramatically higher turnout rate in all 7 of the battleground states, and we did not cannibalize our Election Day voters. We were turning out new voters and low-propensity voters. When you combine that with the polling, we feel very confident that we're in a great position to win when we turn out our vote today.
In a tight race, it's the ground game that is the difference. And we have a stronger ground game than they do over at the RNC and in the Republican Party in general. Just this weekend alone, we had almost 100,000 volunteers and who knocked on almost 3 million doors. In Pennsylvania alone, we're at a rate of 2,000 doors every minute.
Who's got it right there? Do we know yet? Is that what tonight tells us?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the look. It was great to have both of them on. That's the last minute, I guess, spin from both sides, right?
Right. And we don't know. Nobody really knows, but I do think there are reasons why both Trump and Harris should be bullish. I mean, the ground game, Harris's ground game is much better. There is no doubt about it. When you raise $1 billion, you're going to have an advantage. At the same time, Trump has cut into not winning African-American male votes, but cutting into that, cutting into Latinos, at least in the pre-election data. So there are signs for that, but I do want to emphasize Julia's point about North Carolina. The fact that Trump was going there down the stretch means he's nervous. That doesn't mean he's going to lose it, but they had to go there a lot.
What's the hope and the hesitancy for both of these campaigns?
Look, I think the hope for the Trump campaign, you see these early voting numbers, which 4 years ago, we know that Donald Trump was railing against early and mail-in voting, but now Republicans have really embraced it and have been pushing it. So I think when you see these record numbers, it could be a good sign for Democrats, probably is a good sign, but it's also a good sign for Republicans. So I think they both have some hope and hesitancy on the early vote and mail-in mail-in vote. In-person vote, though, that's always normally been an advantage for
I
Republicans.
know you're going to tell me Trump's going to win. You're going to tell me Harris is going to win. Okay, let's set that aside. What worries you today?
What worries me is that what's happened in the last week, where I felt like before that the momentum was swinging towards Trump, he's made a lot of unforced errors that last-minute undecided voters who aren't surefire votes for either side are taking into consideration. I would have felt a lot better if more of them had voted before the last week.
Scott, give you last word. Real quick.
The young voters, women voters, black and brown voters, that coalition that she's built out, that despite what you're reporting, despite the long lines we've seen, that one reason or another they don't show up, and that's a real problem. This feels to me like 2008 when Barack Obama won. That energy, that feeling. And
I asked you for the hesitancy.
Yeah, wait a second. He's still on his talking point.
Argument. Not yours. Okay.
Counsel's closing argument.
I thought that's what you asked for. Forgive me.
All right, much more ahead here. Bob Cusack, Julia Manchester, Scott Bolden, Denise Gitsham. They'll be with me here throughout the hour.